Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I thought I would go through my Lulu Mayo collection, which is sizable but not as big as it probably could be because I know I'm missing quite a few of her books. But I thought it would be kind of fun to go through and show pictures that I've done so far. I'm not showing off every picture that I finished because some I'm not as fond of as others. I might just be showing off maybe my favorite pictures or ones that I thought turned out really well. Maybe talk a little bit about why I love these books so much and some of the struggles I've had with the books. So the first one at the top of the pile, they're in no particular like published order or favorite order or anything. They're just sort of in the pile that they were on my bookshelf. So the first one is A Million Magical Creatures, which is one of her newer ones and probably one of my favorite ones because first of all, it has little gnomes on it. When did this one come out? This was 2021, so okay, not that new, but I did, just to show, I have this one that I colored that I was really fond of, and this guy right here, the little jellyfish swing. I really like this one a lot. And I thought I would show this one, which is like the key there. Then the next one is A Million Cute Animals. This one I don't have too many in that I've finished that I really like. But I do have the cacti animals, and I have this little fun guy with his flowers. Next on the docket, we have A Million Unicorns. This is one of her older ones. Probably one of the first ones I got, I think. This one is maybe in the 20s. I don't know. 2019. Yep. So this is one of her older ones. And let's see. This double pager is one of the ones I really liked how this came out. I also have these two pages. I think the fun thing I love about her books is that they're so whimsical that you can just color them however you want. You know, you can color the animals whatever colors you want. You can color the buildings whatever color you want. There is no, to me, there's no room for realism in these books because they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be cute and fun and whimsical, and I love this double page turtle guy that I did. And then last one on this one is these two pictures. And I just really love all of her little creatures that she draws. I love her style. I will say the issue that I have with the Lulu Mayo books, and please chime in the comments if you have the same problem I do, and chime in if you have a particular pencil brand that works well with these books. Because I struggle to find a pencil that works on this paper. And I have a lot of different pencils. I have polychromos, I have Prismacolors. Neither of those two work good on this paper to me personally. I have Artezas, I have Castle Art. Goodness, I have a whole bunch of pencils. The ones that I have the best luck with are the Black Widow and the Arteza. So most of these are done with Arteza and some Black Widow. Those are the ones I have the most success with. But if there is a brand of pencil that you know works really well in these books, I will purchase another brand of pencil. I hate to say it because I have so many pencils, but if there's another brand, I have the Sioux Color and the Calor pencils, like the clickable, what are they called? Oh my gosh, retractable pencils, whatever. I have those on my wish list. If either of those work with these books, because I have so many of her books and I don't color in them as much as I'd like to because I just get so frustrated trying to like lay the color down well. So if there is a brand that you know works, I would love to know, because right now it's just the Artezas, and they're good pencils, but I am going through a lot of them pretty quickly. Some of them are getting smaller and smaller, so anything would help. So now we're on to A Million Sloths, which is another one of her first ones. On this one, I love this book. This is one of my favorites. I just think this is the cutest book. I mean, all of them are cute, don't get me wrong, and this one just lends itself to fun colors, just absolute great time. I love any of the pages she has that involves food are some of my favorite pages, honestly. I love coloring food, so it's always fun. And I do like this one. And I like that she has ones that are simple like this, and then ones that are super intricate. Not complicated necessarily, but, you know, super intricate. Now we have A Million Owls, another one that I believe is one of her older ones. 2017, yep, I was right. I thought so. I don't have a whole lot in this one that are done that I'm particularly fond of either. Again, it's a pencil thing with me, so I'm pretty sure these are done in Arteza. This one's a favorite one. I do like her double pages too quite a bit, so there we go. And next we have A Million Llamas, and I remember on her website, I think at some point somewhere, it was either on her website or on her social media, she had a little like how to draw these little llamas, and I remember in my sketchbook I drew a bunch of these little llamas, and it was really fun to try to figure out how to do. I don't know if I still have them around. If I do, I'll show you, but here's one I'm really fond of that I did in this book, and another one that I'm super fond of, and I think that was it for llamas. So I have all these little, also I always use some sort of like cardstock between pages, because sometimes I press so hard that I don't want, you know, ink transfer or color transfer. So next we have A Million Cats, which I don't think this was the first one I got, believe it or not, even though I'm a cat person. And this one's 2015. So this one has a lot of really fun double pages that I've done. So this is one that I really like that are her double pages. I only have one that I have marked in here because there are some in here that I'm just not superbly fond of how the color laid down. This one I did the background in pastels. I think that might be like the only couple of ones that I have. Yep. Not a whole lot finished. Not a whole lot that I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. I mean, this one I did in 2020, so this is how, you know, long I've had this book. This one is probably my favorite one so far. The last two smaller books are my favorites, and this is A Million Little Monsters. This one came out in 2023. I did do the front title page stuff there. And I only really have one marked in this book so far, and it's just because it's just the one I like the most, but I did this one in all blues. Some of the ones I have in here I think are just not finished yet. I have a lot of works in progress in this book, I believe. Yeah, because this is a work in progress. I have my notes of what I used in this book. I'm pretty sure these are, let's see. So this is probably, these are polychromos. So the polychromos didn't work too badly. There's a bit of scratchiness on here that I'm not too fond of. So, you know, again, it's the struggle of the pencils. But I did notice when I was looking through this book earlier to mark my pages that there are a lot of Halloween-y pages in this book. So I may have to set this one aside for October so I can do all of the Halloween-themed pages. But see, I have a lot of, like, works in progress, stops and starts, and a lot of these are just very little. So, and then the second of my absolute favorites is A Million Kawaii Cuties. This one is one of the newer ones too, I believe, 2022. New-ish, I guess. There's this guy that I did. I think I did this one recently too. Yeah, 2025. I did this one in August of this year. So I did get back to this book. I got this very recently too. This one I did in 2025. I think I got this book last year, so I haven't had this book for very long. And then the last and final book in the collection was one that I found at Ollie's, and it's the Kawaii Tarot coloring book. This is very, very cute. I like this book. It's strange, you know, it's a bit bigger than her normal books are. And there's some, you know, good information on, you know, the cards themselves and what it is. And I don't know what here it is, 2023. So this came out not too long ago. And I did The Chariot, which I thought was really cute. And the other book, page I did was, I think, The Fool. I like this one because I like just how absolutely bonkers wild I went with the color. And I thought it was really fun to just kind of go crazy with the color on this. So this was a really fun book. So these are all currently my Lulu Mayo books. I know she has more out. I know there are some I do not have. There's one I saw someone do in a video that I really want. Now I have to add that to my wish list. But yeah, I thought it would be fun just to go through. I may do this with maybe my Johanna and my Kirby books. Maybe go through my collection, show which ones I have, and maybe show off some pictures that I've colored in the books. And I think that might be fun for the next couple of videos. But I thought this would be a good time. And like I said, if you do have a suggestion for a pencil that works in the paper of her books, I would be eternally grateful to you for that suggestion, because I'd love to give it a try, because I would love to finish one of these books. Because they're small, there's a lot of pages in them, and the pages can be very complicated, so it's work. But I would love to do a flip through of, hey, I finished a Lulu Mayo book. This may be something that I set up for next year as a finish project. We'll see. But I think I may end up doing that and putting one of her books down as one of my next finish projects. But if you enjoyed this video, I really thank you for coming. And if you did, just maybe hit the thumbs up. Let me know you liked it. Leave me a comment. Say hi. And if you like this enough and you want more coloring content, I'm working on getting more videos created and kind of getting started. But you know, subscribe if you'd like to see some more. I'd like to eventually start going live. I am going to start doing some live colorings on Twitch right now. I'll put my Twitch information in my bio and in the description of this video. I don't have a schedule yet for Twitch of when I'm going to go on. My schedule for doing that kind of stuff is a little erratic, moving around, you know, my job and my life outside of my job and, like, you know, everything else I have to do. But I'm going to try to get on Twitch as much as possible, mostly probably on the weekends or around like 6 or 7 in the evening during the week. So we'll see how it goes. But again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.